Hey, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about how to grow your flooring company just by simply knowing some math. I know that sounds a little bit too good to be true, maybe, but what I'm about to talk about, maybe it's something you've already thought about before, maybe a little bit, but this is truly the foundation of what it takes to grow and scale your flooring company. So not going to be going too nuts and boltsy, but just kind of going to be going over the premise here of what I mean by knowing math. That's how you can scale your flooring company. So I got a few things I'm going to go over here, but like whenever you go to the casino, let's say, I'm sure if you go to the casino at all, if you're a gambler, I've been a few times, not my favorite thing to do, but whenever you go there with what, 20, 30, $100, $1,000, however much of a high stakes gambler you are, and you go there with the hopes of putting in a dollar, a couple dollars, $20, $100, and you want to win more than what you put in, right? It's kind of the whole point of why you go to a casino, unless you're just literally going there to waste money, kind of like I do. So I never win. But that's kind of the idea. So this is not like going to the casino. Growing your flooring company should not feel like you're going to the casino, where you're just kind of putting in money in these different places, whether it's in advertising and equipment, whatever, and you're just kind of hoping and praying and just kind of wishing that more money appears in your bank account than when left it whenever you paid for everything. That is not how it should be. If you're thinking that way, that's not how it should be. So kind of the first couple things I want to talk about here is that this should be like you're going to the casino, but you know that you're going to win. How amazing would that be if you knew you could walk into a casino with $100 and you knew you were going to leave with $300 or $500 or $1,000 or more? That's what it should be like. Okay, so predictability and consistency is what's going to bring growth. It's not the spray and pray method. So I don't know what your flooring company is doing in terms of advertising, marketing, whatever it is to put your business out there. TV ads, Facebook, Google, TikTok, MySpace, Yellow Pages, a lot of things you can do. But whatever you're doing, you have to make sure that it is predictable and it is consistent. You should be able to go to bed each night knowing that when you wake up, you've got high quality flooring leads waiting on you. You've got estimate appointments booked. And you know it's going to happen day in, day out. That's when a lot of growth and a lot of scale happens for your flooring company. Okay? So here's what I mean by simply knowing math. I want to show you this. Those of you watching on YouTube at the Flooring Marketing Guy. If you're listening on the podcast, sorry you cannot see this, but I'm going to say everything. So let's say, for example, if one lead costs you $40, right? Whatever that is. If you're doing Facebook ads, if you're doing Home Advisor Angie, if you're doing TikTok, Google, whatever it is, we'll just call it $40 for the sake of the example. And if it takes you on average 2 leads to book an estimate appointment, that's going to be $80 for your appointment cost, right? So for you to get in front of a homeowner to sell them flooring, an opportunity to sell, costs you $80. If it's at $80, that's actually really good. Okay, you with me so far? One lead costs $40, and if on average it takes you about 2 leads to get an appointment, some you might be higher, some lower, depends on the type of advertising you're doing. 2 leads to book an appointment, it's 40 times 2. Took you 2 leads. $80 is what it costs you for the appointment. Now, let's say it costs you got about a 20% close rate. Okay, so 1 of every 5 people that you try to sell flooring to, whether in their home, in your showroom, whatever it is, takes you 5 tries to get a close. That's not bad. It's about average. I talk to some people that close at 30, 40%, some even higher than that. Depends on if you have a lot of referrals or not, whatever that looks like. So let's say it takes 5 appointments, 20%, to close 1 sale. It takes you 5 at-bats. So your $80 cost per appointment here, you multiply that by 5. Okay? So we had one lead at $40, 2 leads gets an appointment, it's $80 for an appointment. 5 appointments gets 1 sale, so $80 for an appointment times 5, it's $400. So overall, you're paying $400 for your cost per acquisition, your CPA. These are numbers you have to know if you're looking to grow and scale to a certain number or goal or revenue, whatever it is for your flooring company. You have to know these numbers. If you don't, pause this video and figure these things out, because this is what's going to allow you to know how much money to invest in order to get back out the money you're hoping to get. Or if you're looking to get a certain amount of customers, you can know how much to spend to get that amount of customers. If you need to get an additional 10 customers a month, 10 jobs a month, whatever, and if you know your cost per acquisition is $400, 400 times 10 gets you to what you want. $4,000. Invest $4,000, and if your math is consistent and it stays the same, which over time you'll see the averages, like, okay, it usually costs me about $40 to get a lead. It usually costs me $80 to get an appointment. Usually, the average is about $400 to acquire a customer. If you're seeing those consistent numbers, that stuff is gold. So now you think about your goal. If it's $400 to acquire a customer, you need 10 more a month to grow to where you want. 400 times 10, $4,000 to get 10 customers. Okay? Hope you're tracking with me so far. So right here, like it says, it costs, let's say it costs $400 to get 1 sale, and the average ticket price is $3,000, let's say. Let's say on average, you charge someone $3,000 for your flooring services, your product, whatever. Profit margin, 30, 40%, whatever it is for you. So in terms of a cash out, cash in ROI, it's 4 times. It's a 4 times return on investment. You put in $400 into the machine, into the casino, right? Our predictable casino, that's what this should be like. And you got out $3,000. That's over 4 times. It's about a 4.5 times ROI. So if you can do this consistently and know the math, you can literally scale to essentially whatever you want just by trusting the math, not your feelings. That's a really big thing, is if you're wanting to grow to a certain point and you feel like a certain strategy is the right strategy, you feel like posting on Facebook 5 times a day or a week is getting you, your jobs, or like it's getting you a lot of traction, but in reality it's not, and you feel like it is, you're not going to grow. If you feel like Home Advisor is actually getting you a lot of growth and it's actually not, you just feel like it's the best, it doesn't matter. Your feelings don't matter. That's what I really want you to see. You have to know this math. You have to know these numbers. So I hope all of that makes sense, because this should be like going to the casino and knowing you're going to win, or like an ATM. This should be like printing money. Your advertising should be, you put in $1 and you get $3 out, $5 out, $10 out. And now you know what it takes to get to your goal. So if you need to add an additional $30,000 a month to your flooring business, your average ticket price is $3,000. 30,000 divided by 3,000 is 10. You need 10 customers. 10 customers cost you $400 per customer. It's $4,000. So now you invest $4,000 into your marketing. Okay? So that's what gets you this predictability. That consistency gives you a lot of power for sure, because most of your competitors are not thinking like this. I promise you that. The scary thing though is, for me, I talk to a lot of different flooring companies every week, and a lot of them don't know these numbers. For you watching or listening, I don't want you to be one of those people. I want you to know what your average lead cost is. I want you to know what your appointment cost is, and your CPA, and your average ticket price, ROI, things like that. You have to know these things. Now, if you're cool with where you're at, if you're fine with how many customers you're getting, you don't want to grow, this stuff isn't quite as important. it is still good to know these things, I would say. If you want to stay where you're at, you still need to know your numbers, but this is specifically like if you're tired of where you're at and you know you want to grow, you have to figure out your goal first, of course. If you want 5 more jobs a month, 20 more jobs a month, whatever, revenue, amount, whatever it is for you, then you reverse engineer it. That's pretty much it. So if you know you need 10 jobs a month, that means you need 50 appointments a month, right? 20% closing rate. 50 at-bats get you 10 jobs. That means you need 100 leads a month. So you have to kind of work backwards here. You start with your goal, and then you go from there. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. That's kind of all I've got for today. But seriously, sit down, write this out on pen, paper, notepad, Google Doc like I've got here, something like that. It's going to be incredibly valuable to you. Do this work. It's really important. But if you have questions, if you want more help with this, just a little bit more guidance on like what to look for, like, hey, I don't know my lead cost. Hey, I don't know my appointment cost. How do I figure this out? Then feel free to reach out to me. You can go to the website down below in the descriptions. You can shoot a comment on this video, and we can email or hop on a call or something. I'd be glad to help you out with this. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.